About 20 years ago, I shot a phone training video with my two alter egos, Bad Jon and Good Jon. As you might guess, Bad Jon exhibited a lot of terrible habits on the phone: disinterest, pushiness, and a general lack of excitement. Good Jon, conversely, was enthusiastic and had a plan in place before the call ever occurred. The script included questions to ensure he delivered a customized experience, transparency of availability, and an invitation for a personalized appointment. So, what would Bad Jon and Good Jon do differently today? Stick around. I'm Jon Quade, the 5-Minute Coach. For those of us in sales, we need to begin by understanding why people phone your business in the first place. They can learn everything online: prices, trade values, availability. So then why are they calling? Well, they may want to confirm what they learned online, but more often they're trying to get a glimpse of who you are before they visit your store. Like good litigators, many of them already know the answers to questions they ask, so they can see how transparent you are in your responses. You have to make sure the person with whom they speak, you, is giving the impression you really want to give. If you have the ability to listen to your calls, that will help you learn a lot about how you sound to your customers. I'll warn you though, if you haven't heard yourself on the phone much, it can be a humbling experience, but that's okay because it's a great place to start. Next, let's talk about what you would like to learn by the end of the phone call. Of course, it would be great to have the caller's name from the start, and that's usually best accomplished by offering your name first. Unlike some other trainers, I'm not a big fan of asking for the caller's name at the beginning of the call because it can start things off on the wrong foot. If the callers are ambivalent about speaking with a salesperson in the first place, and they might be, asking for their information immediately can increase their apprehension. So if they don't volunteer a name at the beginning, do what I do in Florida traffic. Try to be patient. Next, we'd like to have their phone number. That's become much easier these days thanks to caller ID. If, though, their number shows as blocked or unavailable, you'll need to have a plan to ask for it. Of course, if you're able to access a mobile number from your callers, texting becomes an additional contact opportunity. Finally, we would love to end the call with a specific appointment with the caller. Now, when I say specific, let's be clear. Sometime Thursday does not qualify as a specific appointment. Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Oh, and if something comes up that you can't make it, just call and I'll be happy to reschedule, okay? Now that is a specific appointment. In our phone skills scripting 5-Minute Coach segment, we'll show you how to get a name, phone number, and appointment. Before you watch that one, though, let's discuss 3 of the most important qualities of an effective phone conversation. Here's number 1. Enthusiasm! If your enthusiasm is normally, right about here when you're on the phone, try moving it up to here for 30 days. Just a little bit. A little voice inflection can go a long way, especially when callers can't see you on the phone. Their impression of you is totally formed by what they hear, so make sure they hear what you want them to hear. I cannot oversell this point. It's simply the difference between saying, "Sales, Al," and "Thanks for waiting, this is Jon in sales. How may I assist you today?" If you don't hear the difference, you're going to need to run laps. Get it? 5-Minute Coach? Coaches make you run laps? Well, at least mine did. Number 2, questions. To make sure you're on the right track with callers, you need to engage them. What's important to them? What has their shopping experience been like so far? And how familiar are they with your products? Have they driven one yet? Finally, number 3, invitation. Let me ask you a question. Do customers ever change their minds and buy something different than what they initially inquired about? Of course. And that in itself is a sufficient reason to invite every caller to visit your store. Of course, sometimes you might need to call them back with specific information, but honestly, 90% of the time, you should be able to invite them to visit on the very first call. As I mentioned a moment ago, our phone skills scripting course should be next on your to-do list. That is where you'll find our newest and most effective inbound phone scripts that are designed to get more of your callers to see your smiling face in person. And that's it for this episode of the 5 Minute Coach. I'm Jon Quade.